It'll probably be on there at the bar because it's on Netflix anyway. But I know the crowd over here at the stadium, the crowd to get in was already backed up. They had traffic blocked and it was a mess trying to get around there earlier. I drove by there on the way down to start the stream. Oliver, welcome. Definitely ready for fall. It's 100 and, the car says 116 right now out there. Of course, that's going to be skewed because of the hot pavement and all that around here, but and the concrete canyon that we now find ourselves in. Fabulous Fabby, welcome. Thank you for being here. It is, yeah. Yeah, it's still not walking around outside weather, that's for sure. And we're what, less than 2 weeks away from the official start of fall, the autumn solstice. But summer is still clinging on here in the Las Vegas Valley. So this week there was an interview on CNBC that I caught between one of their reporters and the CEO of MGM. And in that interview, the CEO pretty much said, yeah, when we're out there selling, you know, some Starbucks for $12 for a cup of coffee, you know, maybe it got, you know, and then the reporter got right out in front of him and interrupted him because she didn't want him to misspeak and say, you know, yeah, maybe we were charging too much, because we don't want that out there, right? Don't want folks to know that. So yeah, oh gosh, here's the crowd over here to get down to Luxor. I guess a lot of folks are trying to get over to the fight that way, or I shouldn't say that word, over to the big event this evening that way. All right, I let Mr. Ultima in. Maybe he'll let me in now. But yeah, so he was like, he's like, yeah, maybe we could, you know, whatever. You could tell he was going to say we were gouging, we were charging too much. We got away with, you know, got too far ahead of ourselves or whatever. But now, if you watch the interview, he's talking more about, instead of dropping fees, you know, dropping resort fees and, oh, sorry about that. Let me get that up there. Okay. There we go. That's better. Dropping resort fees, dropping parking fees, things like that, dropping $26 bottle of waters, which was in an MGM property as well, by the way. He doesn't mention it. Does not mention it at all. And so his cure, aside from, I don't know, Ignacio, that's a good question. Does anyone else know in the chat? I wish I knew. This is one of the fun parts about living in Vegas, is merging. It's always an adventure. You never know who's going to let you in. And there are fire truck or ambulance behind all of us here. Probably about 10 cars deep behind me there. And so their answer for, you know, high prices and things of that nature, a marketing campaign. And I'm sure you guys have heard about that by now. That happened right before we came back from Florida, and they announced that. Oh well, let's release this campaign. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, because we've never heard that one before, right? And this is Tropicana. So they said this week that over here on the right, at the, thank you, Michael. Yes, $26 inside the room, but still. And so they're saying that the stadium over here is going vertical now. They announced that this week. So maybe the stadium will get built after all. I don't know. But time will tell. Again, welcome in. We do all things Vegas here on the VegasDon channel. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm out a lot. Performing tonight, Brad Garrett here at MGM Grand. And so, in addition to that, Tizzy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So, in addition to the marketing campaign, got 3 billboard trucks here stacked, one after another here. And so what they've decided is, I don't know if you guys caught this, but the one of the other things they're going to do to try and bring people back to Vegas, you ready? They started last night at the Uber pickup and drop off at the airport. They started last night because they said that it was a dreary place. It was like, you know, not the way people should start their Vegas vacation, etc. Yeah, Fun Sky, I agree. So now the Uber section at the airport, as we drive past the Hard Rock over here on the left, they have a DJ out there spinning tracks. And they made it like an outdoor party for folks, that weary travelers flying in who are waiting for their Uber, because that's going to help bring people back to Vegas. I mean, they're literally, they don't get it, or they do get it and they just don't care. Rick Wallace, welcome. Oh, sorry about that. I know, Linda. Yeah, it's still kind of like, wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but to think someone just drives around in that thing all day, yikes. And then they said they were also going to keep going with the marketing campaign, and then the MGM CEO also said, get this, they wanted to go to Congress. How are you going to bring more people back to Vegas? Well, we're going to go to Congress, and we're going to try and get them to offer more marketing funds, more money to help us. They didn't say it in those words, but that was the gist of it. They want Congress to authorize taxpayer dollars to help Vegas market itself. Not the big corporate CEO casinos and all that. No. Corporate welfare. Yeah, DJ party, I know. Yeah, it's wild. That's going to bring people back. They're at the Uber Lyft pickup at the airport. Just wild stuff. I mean, it just shows how wildly out of touch these people are with the rest of us. I mean, he clearly doesn't go shopping at any of the venues, and if he does, he probably gets it for free anyway. But he doesn't know the cost at his own properties. And you know, if I was a reporter, and back in the day, in the days of investigative journalism, this is what they would have done. They would have gone around and done a whole bunch of research ahead of time. And they would have said, look, you know, I went to a hotel room, blah, blah, blah. There was a $26 bottle of water. What are your thoughts about that, Mr. Corporate CEO? I went to one of the food halls here that are highly touted and much publicized, and I bought a $14 slice of pizza. What are your thoughts about that, Mr. Corporate Casino CEO? Uh-oh, sorry, Tobin, shoot. Yeah, it's always in this little zone here, right by Harmon. Apologies, let me get out of here. Oh, shoot. Some buffering, shoot. Hopefully this light changes and we get through Harmon up here too. This is always the zone. I don't know why. At the Sahara, nice, welcome in. Welcome in, we do all things Vegas here on the VegasDon channel. Like to do our little Saturday night cruise. I haven't done it the last 2 weeks, so glad to be back out here with you guys. Hopefully the buffering will discontinue. This is Harmon here, and again, F1 is coming, Formula 1 is coming in 2 months, so it's probably a matter of days now before they start closing things off and getting ready for that again. And yeah, they're going to have events and stuff like that here in the fall, and yeah, that's great and dandy, but overall, year-over-year visitation down 7%, but a lot of the other numbers are even worse than that. But the airport, they're saying 7% down pedestrian traffic. And a lot of that is because of Canada. I mean, Canada, they already get a kind of an unfair deal because of the dollar to Canadian dollar exchange, but then they come here and see these wild prices, and it's like, wow. 92 of you, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, Midnight, it's there's definitely people down here on the Strip, but when we go down to Fremont, that's where I know last night watching Vegas Unlocked, they had a lot of people down there, which was really surprising, especially considering, I mean, the fight is tonight, but last night there was a lot going on down here pre-gaming for the fight and all that. Yes, Brother Tobin, right on. Yes.